king. You gonna rep the king, rep the king. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
What's up, everybody? HeritageHip-Hop here with my friend. Not too many people I call my friends, but this is somebody I really respect. You may know his face from television, from movies, but I'll let him introduce himself. What's going on?
What's up? What's going on, man? It's good. Heritage Hip-Hop. What's going on, world? My name is Turron Kofi Alleyne. I'm an actor, so I do for a living, man. I've been in films with a lot of them, man. Mark Wahlberg, Spike Lee, Orange Fishburne, Zoe Saldana. Some really great films, man. Michael B. Jordan. Some really good stuff, man.
You know what's interesting about the acting game and entertainment as a whole is people want to be in that industry and not understand how much work and dedication comes to that. Could you enlighten the people about that?
Well, in short, it's a lot to it. My biggest thing is, man, first is education. And education doesn't always mean going to school. Education means learning about the subject, learning about the craft, learning about whatever subject matter you want to do. Whether that's going to school, whether that's being around people who are in that industry, know the industry, being mentored, reading, getting knowledge, internet. But secondly, you know, it's a lot of due diligence. As far as knowing, you got to be able to be, and be able to be that character, be able to act, be able to embody all sorts of different characters, and that's just not taking lines and memorizing them. That's different techniques. That's going to classes, learning about the craft and learning how to act and things of that nature. So, and on top of that, it's a drive because it's not easy being in the arts. You know, it's a lot of work and dedication and discipline. I'm not going to say I'm the most professional, most disciplined person out here, but throughout the years, by the grace of God, I've been able to sustain in this industry for 10 plus years.
You know, something that's honestly respectable of what you do, and why I wanted to put you on Heritage Hip-Hop is because everybody thinks hip-hop is just music and beats, when hip-hop is more of a lifestyle and the culture is how you act, how you talk, and how you walk. And one thing about people of color, our culture is very spiritual, and we put ourselves into a lot of places and a lot of characters, but to play a character and to be yourself is very hard to balance for a lot of people. What do you say to people who want to put on the show and be on the show but have a hard time with being themselves in the process?
I think a lot of that has to do with identity. As a believer in Christ, you know, I find my identity in Him. And what I mean by that is basically who I am. That I'm not a loser. That I am a winner. That I am a hard worker or a conqueror. That I'm not less than. That I'm not some of this sound, but that I'm not ugly. That I am beautiful. That I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. It has a lot to do with identity, knowing who you are and loving yourself. You know, the Bible talks about love thy neighbor as you love yourself, and a lot of us sometimes fall short of loving ourselves. And when you really love yourself, your own uniqueness, your own flaws, you have no problem in being who you are, because that's who you are. And as far as diving into other characters, I love that because you get to dive into for me as an actor, I get to dive into other people's lives and other people's point of views, and without judging it, which is the beautiful part about acting. You don't want to judge that person for believing or thinking a certain way, but you get to actually live it and get to understand why they think that certain way. You get to live it truthfully. So, but then I go back and be myself. So I love that about acting.
And you know, it's deep. When it comes to hip-hop, a lot of us identify with...
That's 50 Cent right there.
a lot of us identify...
The first 50 Cent, you know, Get Rich or Die Trying. I don't know about the other one now.
Okay.
But anyway.
But a lot of us with hip-hop, we identify with the music because it hits a certain part of us, you know?
Yeah.
And I like to hit on the spiritual aspect of life because in our community, religion, faith, tradition, those are things that have been the backbones of our communities from the beginning, since the first man of color ever walked on this continent. And I don't mean slavery, I mean actually before that. So in hip hop, we tend to have, especially on the East Coast, a big 5% Islam, Muslim type of contingent. And Christian hip hop was seen as a fad about 10 years ago. And it didn't really get popular until Bizzle dissed Jay-Z. and then everybody started being attracted to Bizzle's music. Where do you think, as a believer in Christ, where do you think Christ fits into hip-hop, if you see him fitting in at all, as not even a style or fad, but just as a part of the overarching culture of hip-hop, period?
That's a good question. First thing to say is that I think Christ fits into life. Like you talked about hip hop being a part of life. It's not just the rapping, it's all these other things, all the other elements. And I believe Christ fits into all of that. You know what I mean? There's a way, it's funny, it's funny, we're talking about hip hop, but right now I'm thinking about Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid. So you got a good teacher, and you got a not so good teacher. You know, one who teaches how to defend and how to protect yourself and protect the people around you. But then you got this one sensei who's teaching you to kill your opponent and to dismantle him at any cost. And I see Christ in that because and not in the latter, but in the former, I see Christ in that because of we live in this world where we have a choice. We have the choice to do good, or we have a choice to do bad, and that's just black and white. There's a lot of gray in there, but with hip hop, you have the choice to promote life into this world. And I'm not saying you have to be saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus on the track the whole time. That's just not it. And that's not even the core of hip hop, even Christian hip hop. That's not the core of it, of saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But it is the gospel. It is giving the message of Christ, and it's through life situations and culture and things of that nature. So and I'm not going to sit here like I'm the biggest CHH person who knows all the stuff or knows everything about hip hop. But I speak from what I do know, and I know that Christ can be implemented in anything that's on this earth. And I think hip hop is a big influential because you have people who have, including myself, who have been influenced by people who are Christian and glorify God in their rhymes, and not just Christian glorify rhymes. Like, I mean, you got artists who have glorified good things and positivity in their lyrics who have hit me the same way, and they're not necessarily promoting Christ. So
that's deep, because with me personally, I can only speak from my personal aspect. I wasn't grafted into Christianity by choice. I believe I was grafted into Christianity because of, like I said, the plight of people of color through the history of America. Mm-hmm. But as a student of spirituality, I know that Christ isn't a man's name, that's a man's title. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I also believe that the Bible also teaches spiritual lessons and social lessons. And unfortunately in our society, people focus on the social lessons and not more on the spiritual lessons. That's why we have so much pain in this world. But there aren't rappers out there who are trying to stop the pain. I mean, we have rappers who are Muslim, bless them. Muslim rappers out there who are comedic, conscious people, bless them, because everybody wants to stop the pain. It goes towards the spiritual understanding. What rappers, Christian rappers, not just to pigeonhole them, because you said there's others, but for the standpoint of this conversation, what Christian rappers have you heard that really made their mark with you, that you could say it really is something that you co-sign?
Well, I got to bring it back to the beginning. When I gave my life to the Lord, it was 2004, and I didn't, I come from listening to, like we talked about, 50 Cent, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac. Eminem was my second favorite rapper. Jay was my first, so I'm coming from a culture that that's some real hip hop, some real Redman. Shout out to Newark. You know what I mean? We got some real artists. And then grown up and being engraved in that, I understand the culture. I love the art of hip hop. So then when I gave my life to the Lord, there was some stuff that I heard that was just garbage. I mean,
I know.
garbage.
I know.
Garbage. Like the message wasn't garbage. Of course, they talk about Christ, but
right. The delivery,
the everything. And I know we got a conversation with delivery, but I mean, just the whole packaging was just garbage.
Off.
So I got introduced to local cats. It was my pastor at the time. She passed away, Pastor Sheila Johnson.
Rest in peace.
For real, love that lady, man. She opened this cafe called Cafe Shabak.
That's dope.
And Shabak, for those who don't know, means loud praise. And there was local artists that came through, and I mean, from rapping to singing to dancing, all sorts of things, right? And this was a place that glorified God. You had to do something that glorified God, right? So I would hear these rappers coming, and I'd be like, yo, these cats is way hotter than these cats I hear on the radio or on the internet at the time. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, who's this? You know what I mean? So one of my first people, I'm actually wearing his shirt right now. Shout out to Heartfelt Tees, Brother Haas. Brother Haas came through. This other, AKA, also known as Haas the Ripper from North.
Hardware.
Straight up. And Brother Haas spitting for the Lord. I mean, this dude crazy with this dude named Lionel King. Crazy with it. I mean, he's one of the first dudes that like inspired me. I'm like, yo, these some real cats. And then throughout the years, I had cats like Astronomics, Wayne, and not talking about Little Wayne. I'm talking about a local cat from Jersey, Wayne. My man Ish, and the K Music Group. Right now, they're actually not local. They're pretty mainstream. Not mainstream, but they're big
out
right now.
Yeah.
They're out there right now. Then I start to hear cats like Lecrae, and most recently Andy Mineo and The Truth. And I wasn't really a cross-moving person. I didn't really know them too much, but I heard about them. And I heard some stuff about that, but I really wasn't really rocking with what I heard from them. I was rocking with the cats that I heard locally here. Mm-hmm. And even the cat from Philly, a dude named T-Wise, man, he was like my Nas of Christian hip-hop, man. So man, these are cats who influenced me personally. I mean, I got a verse from Haas that still inspires me to this day, man. And I heard that back like in 06, you know what I'm saying? So it's something that, as a matter of fact, I already talked to him about putting that in my film, man. So I filmed it coming out next year. So it's just like, these are the cats who inspired me personally. Like these are the cats, man.
Yeah, my biggest gripe with Christian hip hop is the beats. They beats suck. I just can't get off of it. I like packaging and delivery, not just rhymes. Rhymes is one part of it, but yeah, I always say salute the messenger, don't kill the message though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people do when it comes to Christian rap or Muslim rap or street rap or gangster rap, because people say, well, I'm not about that, and they don't even give ear to what the person is saying, because some raps are love letters not only to the fans but to the art, and some of them are messages of help that people want. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I can't name 5 Christian rappers I like. I can't, because really? I can't. And the reason why I can't is because I have not been exposed to enough good Christian rap. I've heard a lot of Christian rap though, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't want to just pigeonhole into Christian rap, but I mean, let's just be honest. The one I told you I like is Bizzle, for real. And Brother Haas has always been one of my favorites because I'm a fan of Hardware. So if it wasn't for Haas, I mean, where would Jay-Z be? Keeping it real with you. We don't got to talk about that. We can just keep it on target.
Come on.
But hey, I just gotta be honest with you, and that's cool with me. So we gonna keep it moving. Listen, for what we got, shout your people out and maybe your social media so people can get to you. You had a film with Jawi.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Oh man, that's my man. Deshaun. Jawi Morris. I love that guy, man. We've seen each other evolve throughout the years. We went to high school together, and a lot of jokes, man. But we've come a long way from high school, and we see we're on the same path, and we're on a similar mission, and when we see that, we definitely like to collab. I did a piece with him in regards to make that. It goes back to what we talking about, making the right choices.
Mm-hmm.
And with him, you know, he's lived we're like black and white. Like literally, we come from the same. Well, I can't say we come from the same thing, but we've been in the same neighborhoods, and we lived two totally different lives, but again, we in those little two different lives, we still follow ourselves on the same path, and that's giving back to the community, helping the community, trying to revive and choose Christ and show people a better way. And this film we did together was actually Jawi's idea, and then he called me and asked me if he wanted to be in it. When he told me the idea, I was like, yo, I'm down. Let's do it, man. And the response from it has been overwhelming, actually. It's beautiful to see people who are in that life respond in the way that they have to that film, and that's why I want to do film. You know what I mean? That's the core of why I want to do film, man. It's to other than I love it, you know what I mean? It's something that's in me that I love to do, but I want to use this love and this art to influence culture and to influence people for change and a better tomorrow. And that's what that film did, and that's why the collaboration was so easy. And actually, that's not the only thing we're doing together. I have a film that I wrote that we're going to be doing together as well.
That's what's up. I would like to interview him also, because I see a lot of things with him is based on family, and you're a family man as well. And that's the one thing in hip-hop. That's the one thing in hip-hop that we lost is family. When we talk about family in hip-hop, everybody thinks it's who assigned to their label, who making songs with them. But we really don't understand that family was set upon morals. It was set upon, back in the day, set upon morals. It was set upon working together collectively. That's why we had self-destruction projects, and we all in the same game project. That's why we have getting our youth back in New Jersey. We have so many things going on that's built on family. So, all right, everyone out there, we're gonna say peace. We're gonna chop this up, and let's hope that we have a lot of what was said, because this camera bugging.
If it's lost, man. But what I want to say, just to end, we ended it?
Yeah, let's end it.
What I want to just say in the end, if you don't know who Christ is, I pray and hope you get to know Christ for yourself, honestly, because there's a lot of things that are out here that people say, and you know, it's a white person's God and all this type of stuff, man. If you really do your understanding, your research, you'll realize that it's not, and that there's so much more to Christ than what people present, and also, even if that's not your thing, I pray and hope you don't that you would, that not just you but we will walk in integrity and not sell our souls for this world, man. There's so much in this world that we can give, that's in us, that's in our integrity, it's in our uniqueness, that we can give to this earth, man. And if we're selling that out for $1, it's no good, man. It's no good, man. And trust me, I'm a family man, I'm married with kids, and I understand struggle. I really do. I really do. It may not appear so, but I really do. And sometimes you have to go that hard route, that narrow route that's not easy, in order to preserve life and keep integrity. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right, y'all. So that's some spiritual wisdom for you. So whether you Christian or you something more, we're all human, and we are creations of the Most High Power. Give honor and glory to the power. Now let's get it. Peace.